Welcome to Treehouse number 35. So we have Alex here today with us. And of course, we're going to be talking about all the pricing changes and hopefully get everyone up to speed on those. There's been a lot of changes happening. Hopefully get all your questions answered and address any concerns and see what's coming in Treepl so that we can get excited about. So if you're ready, Alex, I can hand it over to you.
So we have, I call it new pricing, the finale. I should put that in there. There we go. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for your feedback and cooperation. It's been a lot of conversations and a lot of feedback and on a lot of levels. And we had conversations in groups, we had individual conversations, and it was was very sensitive. It's a very sensitive subject, and it was a little hard sometimes. So and we did a lot of adjustments. So overall, it took us 4 months of back and forth. And I'd like also to especially thank Adam for viciously fighting for the community. And by the way, Adam, we just gave ChatGPT the old situation thing and asked, gave it to your photo, and this is how it sees you fighting for the changes of the new pricing model in the last months. It's been very emotional, sometimes vicious from Adam, and I haven't seen him as aggressive. I didn't even know he can be aggressive, to be honest, before that. So yeah, and for some reason, yeah, you look really good. And the biceps are pretty impressive as well.
That's very surprising, yeah.
And you are the tallest guy, apparently, in the room. Okay, well, thank you, Adam. It's been really, it was quite an adventure. So here's the new pricing model. We have updated the new. Oh, close this. The blog post where we posted all the all the terms. So we didn't do anything for the dates and the policies. We have added the link to the new pricing model, which is now hidden on the website, and I'll paste it into chat for you. So you can now disregard the Envision app and the definitions doc. I think everything is in here. So the main changes are the following. I'll start with the sort of bad news, like things that we had to adjust towards the to make a little more tight for you. But overall, if we talk about the financial aspect, and we had a statistic on how much we make from all the subscriptions now, how much we will make in the new pricing model. So the version that we originally presented when we posted this blog post, we had the amount on that, and this new updated final pricing, the change that we made has significantly decreased our profit, and have significantly benefit partners, vast majority of partners and vast majority of websites. So we will start with the things that less beneficial. The JSON API file system, JSON and API file system. These two items are moved to the Pro plan. They previously were in the business plan. The upload field, I know it's been quite a discussion. We were going back and forth, throwing it back and forth. It's starting business. It's only starting business, and we won't be able to file upload field, and you won't be able to buy it for the starter plan. The advanced form is now accepting forms, and it's available starting business only. So the minimum site with paid form is $30, and we have researched the competition on that particular scope in and out, and we find it very competitive, so we kept it that way. And the last item on this list is the comments and threads and ratings is now just a simple one single extension that is $10 a month. I think it's a typo. Yeah, it's a typo. Let me make a note of that. Now let's get to the good news. So we added 2 forms to the starter plan, and as several of you have really wanted to be there, we removed the advanced CRM from the extensions, and we have added it to the Pro plan. Oh, we actually renamed it to custom CRM fields. So it's available in the Pro plan, and it's custom CRM fields. It was a huge change compared to the previous pricing. The on-site editor Pro will be available in every plan. So we make it a platform-wide feature. So you'll be able to basically use the Pro version or the simple version. So if I go to So right here, you will have just on-site editor. And when you click on it, it will allow you to choose whether you want to use the simple version, the on-site editor, the older version, or you want the customizable version. So there'll be a toggle. You could use either one of those, and this will be free of charge. Right now, it's available in the extension. The next thing is there are no limits for the custom properties. As we mentioned, we have some sites with 600 plus custom properties, but we will do the recommendation in the documentation together with Adam on how to use with implementation practices for that you can use for better performance, because the number of properties may affect your website performance and the infrastructure load. And the final feature that we probably fought most for internally and with Adam is the member area, the secure zones. It's not an extension anymore. We have removed it from extensions. And it starts with a business plan for $20 only. I still can't believe that we're doing it. But 3 member areas are starting business plan, and the paid member areas are starting Pro plan. And if you want a recurring payments, you will need to start an e-commerce basic. You will need to purchase an e-commerce basic. And we don't put any limits on the number of secure zones and member areas that you can create, which, if we compare to the competition, is an extreme advantage and benefit. Yeah, so we're not going to have any internal plans within the extensions. All the extensions will have one paid price. So we keep everything. The rest is the same on in the blog post. So the rest terms remain the same. We have updated the pricing calculator. So all these changes have been implemented there. So if you had been using that, you can now use it again, and you will see the new pricing. It was rolled out to all sites today. So it's ready for you to work with today.
Alex, when I use the calculator for some of our sites, it still asks me to duplicate a site to clear the hidden features. Will that be fixed soon, or?
Well, it's not a fix. It's just that we didn't want, it's going, I'm going to get to it. I have the separate slide. So there was a very, very, very minor, super minor risk that something may get broken, and it may happen because somebody has overused the platform a little bit. But just to eliminate any risk of things being broken in a live website, we decided to add that feature. So this is one of the things I wanted to discuss with you a little later. And how do you guys want to move it? How do we want to, if we want to add it to existing live sites, or there's also another option how to address that. Okay, so the version 7. So the version 7 is coming in May 5th, and we started on February 9th, February 29th, and considering the time frame, and the amount of work that the team has done is just incredible, and the pace and the performance of the efficiency of the team right now is at the best level ever, and we hope that this will also affect the future releases as well. So as you may remember, with this release, with the 7.0 release, we originally planned to do the rebranding, which we now have to push a little bit, but also release the open API, and so we could move more into the DXP realm and enterprise and headless CMS platforms realm, and so you could do more things with our platform. So version 7 scope is we fixed a lot of bug fixes and improvements. And also the API is the biggest addition. So I'll put this link to the chat. Those of you who are interested, you can browse this with me. So this is our current API, where you can basically do authorization, and the new API, it's massive. So you can basically do anything. So you can browse through all of these, and you could see all the actions you can do with all the platform assets. So yeah, this is huge. It's been a lot of work done, and this is coming on May 5th in the version 7. So you guys can browse through this later if you want. And we will have a split for the new legacy websites. So you will be able to create legacy sites until September 1st. Let me show you how it's going to work. I have it on our stage. 1 minute. I think I lost the link from Vlad. Okay, so I'll show you this a little later. Yeah, and we are releasing 2 new templates with the new release, with 7.0 release. So it's Evente. Let me send you a link in the chat. And this is the wedding agency. Let me go back to the chat because I see there's a lot of. So Ryan, you said you have a $40 a month, and now it goes into $140 a month. Well, you can submit a ticket if there's something wrong with it. And did you remove the hidden features? Did you clear the hidden features?
I guess I'm not quite sure how to clear the hidden feature, so no.
Let me show you. So this is the thing we also wanted to discuss.
I mean, I could probably talk them into getting rid of e-commerce because it looks like they haven't had a sale since 2020, and they just sell like 2 t-shirts and a coffee mug, so it's not very robust. but I just hate to, you know, have them have to make the decision based on that cost difference. Or
So whenever you have a hidden features and you click calculate, you're going to see this message. And basically, these are the features that appear on your website from the downgrades and by using templates, because templates have all the features basically, especially if you take Max. If you clear hidden features, this will be removed. All the unnecessary functionality will be removed that is not in the plan, and it will calculate the new. It will give you a better, more accurate price.
I wonder if
We
I'm
have
getting a
one like-
cache issue because I don't even see the clear hidden features button.
You may not have it if you don't
Okay.
if you don't have any hidden features, you just don't have them. I still assume there may be some bugs. So you're free to submit the support ticket,
Okay.
and
Thank
we
you.
will review those.
I might just add there, Ryan, quickly, if your site's already on e-commerce, then you're already you're on the full plan, so that's why there's no hidden features. So maybe just see what the calculator's trying to put you on the new e-commerce, and you might be able to downgrade to a different one.
We have a similar site going from 40 to 140, but unfortunately that can't be downgraded because obviously the e-commerce is used, and so that'd be a hard one to explain to the client.
So back to let's discuss the clear hidden features. So we do have the idea of giving you the ability to clear them on the live website. So if you didn't find any bugs, and if we don't hear any strong opposition with strong arguments on why shouldn't we do that, this is what we're planning to do in the next update, like minor update in 7.0.1. There's also an opportunity if we just clear all the features, because there's with these hidden features, there's another concern that we discussed with Adam, is that we kind of noticed that there were a little abuse of this of the way that the system works. So basically, you can create a website on a higher plan, create a certain functionality on the front end. Let's say it's a custom module, and then when you activate the website, you activate it on essential, and just don't pay for the functionality. Unfortunately, we kind of noticed those cases. We decided we're not going to force them to do anything, but we would like to, at a certain point, to delete those unwanted functionality and unused functionality, and those who've been using it outside of the plan's feature set. So, and would love to hear your opinion on that, and if you guys okay with just us deleting all the hidden features, or giving you ability to do that on the live websites. So right now you can do that on the trial sites if you create a duplicate from a live website.
It's just a lot of time for us to go through all our sites and see where this is happening and duplicate and calculate, and at the end of the day, your system needs to give us the right price. Yeah.
Totally. For us, it's the easiest just to remove it for all your sites. The only concern is that we just don't want to mess anybody's implementations. Even sometimes people can create website from a template, maybe overuse it a little bit without even knowing about it. So for those scenarios, we don't want to, mess things over for them as well. Regarding the pricing, I cannot give any comments because I don't see the websites. So you say that you have, price changes, and for the most sites, there will be price changes. Some sites will become cheaper. That's also the fact, and we will have this little gap because everybody's going to downgrade on September 1 and upgrade closer to the end of the deadline. We also understand that. So, but again, if you see any inconsistencies now that you have the page with all the pricing, let us know. We'll be happy to look at them.
Hi, Alex. Sorry, it's Dean here.
Hi, Dean.
I just think the point that there's about 4 comments people have made. The point they're making is the sites are going up about 400%, 300%. I think that's broadly the point that they're making. In some $40 to 180 or to 200 a month. That's all. So those people may be clients that those Treepl partners have had for 10 years or more, and they're going to break up a relationship. They may lose a certain network of contacts through that. So just on the ground, that's a situation that one of these people have to manage. And it's not about just maybe losing one client. You might lose a few through bad, just a really almost an unprofessional situation on our behalf, raising prices by 300%. That's all.
Okay, I understand your challenge, but I hope that you will understand mine as well. And we try to communicate our challenge to you as much as we can, and we try to address your challenge as much as we can and find the balance. And we've been going through this back and forth. If the website is heavily underestimated and will cost you significantly more to have, not even without the migration, to host it on other platform, we want to fix that. We don't think it's fair, and we don't want to do that. We want to have the competitive pricing. So if the price is not competitive and the calculator or the pricing model is not competitive, it's one thing. If the website is heavily underpriced and you're a client, let's look at it this way. This is what we discussed with Adam, and I understand it's not the most comfortable conversation, but we have to face it. So we do see large implementations with a lot of complex, with a lot of features and functionality that utilize the platform a lot. And these websites should cost a lot to the end client. And on the market, as we research the competition, the other platforms charge way more than we charge. So in your situation, so basically partners are in 2 categories. First, you charge your client the right way, so the right price, but you pay us what we charge you. So you have this big markup, and I'm totally fine with that. That's how you should do that. And there's another category of partners that don't charge their clients as they could. So in this scenario, we are underpaid and you are underpaid as well. So we would like to fix that. We don't want to be underpaid. So with the new pricing model, with the scaling further, and I have described the disbalance that we have in our final letter, where I gave the examples where we have this $40 website that consumes a lot of resources, solves massive business challenges for the end customer, would cost at least $600 on other platform to host and operate, and the abilities that the platform gives, but we get $30 or $40. So if we suggest that we keep doing that, we're not going to do that. So
we're all supportive. We're all supportive. Sorry, I know I don't want to disregard that. One of the most important conversations we've had since Treepl began is wanting you to be lucrative and survive. That's paramount, and so we're all very supportive of that. I guess we're all small businesses as well, and sometimes a client can be critical to the future of your own business because large increases like that can reflect pretty poorly on your business. So with all the, I don't think whether we have markups or not, or whatever those markups look like, to be honest, is really relevant to the conversation. I think it's about what we want you to do well, and you need us to do well as well, I would expect. With that, I guess that the best outcome I would expect for some of these clients that, yes, they're underpriced, undervalued, I agree, is that they probably have to get off the platform, and we need to work out a smooth, professional way to get them off your platform. It's not going to be affordable for them. So I guess that's just whatever that looks like for us to also want to continue using your platform as well as partners. Because if it blows up in our face in some of these cases, I guess and I'm just being honest, I love what you do, Alex, sorry. I think some of us will just leave the platform if it blows up in our face, some of this. That's all.
I understand that some clients will lose the platform, or will leave the platform. So I guess most of it will be emotional, because I try to look at the financial standpoint, point of view, and so why would you want to leave the platform if other alternatives will be more expensive and you have to pay for the migration? So that would, as I understand, that would be the question for the most clients that want to leave the platform.
Well,
go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead, Dean. Oh, no, I was just going to add to what Dean mentioned. Like from my perspective, I don't have an issue selling at the new price. I think I think with the new pricing now, it seems more in line with what I'm seeing. However, what I find the biggest issue is grandfathering our current clients, because as Dean mentions, we have clients that have been with us for over 10 years. Some on e-commerce, some are, and when you look at upgrading them with this new pricing, it just doesn't make sense. I wouldn't even be able to justify doing it over a 5-year period. Even like that would be even too much of an increase year over year. So just too much for me to be able to work on. So I guess that's where, but I don't have an issue with selling the new pricing. I think we need to price the platform in a lucrative way, because I agree there's a lot of functionality there, but I do think that what's more important is let's figure out a way to not hurt what's already there on the platform, and then incentivize selling new sites, bringing on new sites at a more lucrative price point. That's where my mind is at. I don't know if that conversation ever took place or
Multiple times.
Yeah, I'd have to 100% agree with that. It's not new clients. I think that's not a problem at all. I can sell that pricing to a new client, but telling a client they're going to go from $480 a year to $1,680 a year after I convince them to be an early adopter of Treepl and trust me, this is going to be the platform. That's where it definitely gets difficult.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I sold them Treepl. I sold them, this is an up and coming platform. This is a, so basically it's the way we sold the platform, Alex, the way we sold the platform when we became partners. I think that is the pain point that you're experiencing from a lot of the partners, is because we sold the platform a certain way. And unfortunately, it makes it very difficult for some clients to be able to bring them to this new, to migrate them over to this new pricing. But like I said, I can sell this all day. I can sell your platform all day, even at the new pricing. I'm totally cool with that. Now I'm by no means a big volume. I mostly sell bigger stuff, custom stuff. But with that said, I think it's, I don't know. That's just to add to what Ryan just said as well. But I'll shut up now.
Can I just say, just quickly, sorry, just to wrap that up. Thanks, guys. That's exactly my thoughts as well. So I'm sure that's echoed throughout the whole partner community. Is that ideally, let's say for 10% of our websites on the platform that are going to have a 300% plus or minus increase, really, we'll the best case scenario, Alex, is for us to still really confidently embrace Treepl, is for us to maybe have as long a period as possible to ease them off the platform. That they'll have to go somewhere else. That's fine, because they won't be able to afford that. But if we had a couple of years, I know that sounds generous, but if some way they had a few years for them to slightly get off the platform and rebuild on another platform that makes sense in this modern era, because it was only a couple of years ago we forced them off Business Catalyst. Now we're going to force them off. We have to force them off another platform. So that's where probably the best solution is to sort of as long a period as possible to get that 10% of our clients sort of moving somewhere that suits them.
And the other thing too is if like you said, like you mentioned, Alex, like if the research was done and we know how competitive we are, like how competitive Treepl will be, then having that time when we start doing discovery with our new clients and we start showing them, okay, we are going to move you to a different platform because this platform is now at a premium, Then when we start doing that research, the client will learn at that they had a good deal to begin with. And who knows, maybe some of them will realize, like when we start pitching them and doing discovery to redesign their site, we'll be able to show them, hey, listen, this is not, it's a lot more than what you used to pay, but everything has gone up. And then we can make that sell, and we can sell that pitch. We could say, hey, listen, look, I can move you to another platform, but you'll be saving maybe $20, or if I could show them that, then I can basically make the sale. I can make the justification to move up that pricing, especially when we're looking at big, 200%, 300% jumps. But it takes time, like Dean mentioned. I think it's time that is required, and we need to do that discovery with our clients to educate them on how the landscape is changed, and to have the functionality that you have today, it's going to cost you, and that's what we need to communicate. We need to communicate to clients. I don't know if that makes sense at all.
Sure. We have discussed this multiple times together with Adam and other partners. We try to find a balance. So first of all, we not removing the sites that have less than 2,000 items and less than 10,000 CRM records. They can be on the platform with the same old pricing. Our challenge is that right now the websites have no limits and they consume unlimited infrastructure. So we realized just recently that other competitors, other platforms, whenever the site gets to a certain point of infrastructure consumption, the team approaches the client, whether it's a partner or whoever, and say, hey, you're consuming too much. We're going to throttle your site, or you have to go to a custom pricing. We haven't done this a single time. And we have multiple sites that we should have done this. And we will do this shortly because we thought it was norm. We were like amazed. These websites charge so much and we actually pay more than we are getting paid. So it was a surprise for us because we were, more into the BC world. We didn't know anything much more than the BC did. So, and that's a problem we want to fix. And this is the email that we sent you. We try to describe you that this inconsistency, this chaos, we have to put into order, and we try to find that balance. Right now, the current pricing model and keeping all the sites on the old pricing financially is unviable. We just don't, and we realize that there is a potential for the end clients to pay more. Why would we just donate that? And I don't see any I don't think it's the right business decision. Even if we lose some portion of the clients, which we really tried really hard to see how much we can lose if we look at the websites that have significant price increase. I mean, it looks like more than like emotional decisions, or they will have to sacrifice a large portion of the functionality. On top of it, we do have things that will be and are added already to the platform and will be added to the platform during this year. So it's not that, and we are adding things to the new pricing as well. You will be having the on-site editor pro and the extensions that are going from beta will be available. So there are things that will appear. There are some benefits. So I think we found the best balanced solution. I understand you guys want everything as it is, and we just keep everything as it is, but it's not within the industry standard.
No one wants it as it is, Alex. No one wants it. We love what you're doing. No one wants it as it is.
I also think, Alex, that I mentioned in Slack, we are not against price increase.
No.
What's happening with the new sites is a completely different topic. What you're charging, we can work with. We have a given model to work with. Yeah, it's more about the transition with the old clients. Yeah. That is really all we are concerned.
It's reputation management. And
we are running a business. There's nothing emotional about it. We are running a business. It's all business decisions. Yeah. And if I now have to approach a client and their site's not as massive as some of them you mentioned, and I have to tell her that she's has to pay 211 Australian dollars for an e-commerce site, there is no other choice than to migrate them. I know exactly what the same site will cost me on WordPress Engine. I know my pricing. Yeah. There is no other choice. She will not stay on the platform. And there might be a couple of others, and I don't want them to move. Yeah. We are not against price increases, but 200-300% is just a lot. Yeah. For existing clients. Again, only for existing clients.
I didn't mean emotional reaction. I didn't mean you partners. I meant the end clients. Their decision would be emotional if they want to move on.
They're also running the businesses, Alex. They make business decisions. There's no emotions. They just do their maths. As we all do.
I'm quoting one of the partners right now. You can keep them on the old pricing with these limits.
If I could just jump in quickly there, I'm not sure if it's totally clear for everyone, but you can keep your sites on V6 with the old pricing. That's right, Alex, isn't it? So pretty much indefinitely?
Yeah, we're not going to let this is the formula that we calculated, that if we keep the sites, just add these limits, those websites will not have excessive consumption of infrastructure and wouldn't bring us any problems, basically. So, and guys, these are a lot of websites. You may probably don't understand how many sites you have with these numbers. And as I understand, many sites can be optimized to have these numbers. And also you can give your clients options to optimize or upgrade in the future.
Yeah, so like as long as you're under those limits, you can keep your clients on V6 for as long as you need to, as Jill said, do that discovery process, find out what their other options are, if they're even cheaper or more expensive, and then you should have that time there. That's the way I see it anyway. So with this grandfathering process, there should be the time there. It's like, unless your site's really using over resources, which is something you probably need to address anyway, and or that's something that's going to send the costs way up on other platforms as well. So yeah, I just wanted to make clear that you can keep your sites on V6.
Yeah, great.
understand
I
that we
wasn't
know the
overly
limits.
clear. I wasn't overly clear on that, so that's good to know that that is potentially indefinitely or for a period that's workable for us. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be for years. I don't think we're going to come back to those sites. I mean, I don't see any economical or business reason for us to change pricing for those sites. So we want to, like right now, we have all kinds of sites that consume all kinds of, infrastructure. And just to explain, we have sites that each site is using server of the data server and the database server. So based on the activity, on the visitors, on the implementations, it's using both. So one can be more than another. So we have sites that use both the server quota, the data center quota, and the RDS, and some of them are extreme. So, and it's all over the place. All the sites are just so different. It's just chaos. So we were going from those numbers. We were going from those systems. So if you look at Wix, for example, they give a little quota. They say that you have unlimited bandwidth, which is a nice thing. Sounds really cool. But it appears that they give you certain amount of backend requests per minute, which is very small. So you're not able to get a lot of people on the website in a minute, but the bandwidth is unlimited. So they have, they have it all consistent. They have it all organized. So we try to put the same thing. We're learning from the competitors and how they do that, and we're trying to find the balance. This system that we have right now is very loose and it's very flexible compared to what's available out there. And it's really going to help us to solve this and finally start moving forward.
So, Alex, I have a site, for example, that is going to $73 a month. Their content items are 2,500, and your limit is 2,000. So, if they're able to get below that 2,000, they fall within being able to stay on the version 6 pricing.
That's right.
As I understand it. Now, on the new pricing model, there's an extension for custom reports. That extension won't apply if they stay on version 6. They'll still be able to use their custom reports.
Yeah, everything that you have right now.
And they were going to get an $18 a month charge for email accounts because they have 10 email accounts. So if they get below the 2,000 items, then you're happy with those email accounts. I mean, my option with them was to move them to Gmail because they have Google Workspace. and Google would just migrate the mail. But
we're not gonna, if you have the current setup doesn't go or won't go over these limits, you have the website as it is right now.
okay,
We're not gonna touch that.
that will probably make my clients happy.
Yes.
Because at the moment they're demanding me to look at WordPress.
So Aaron, you had a question about, can you please explain the duplicate site for it? Oh, let me answer this and this. So starting the new version 7, you will be able to create two versions of the sites, the version types. So you will be able to create legacy sites until September 1st, and you'll be able to launch new sites on the old pricing model with annual and monthly on the version 6.11. And you can also create sites on version 7 that will include all the improvements and will also include the open API. So, and since starting the September 1st, this will be gone. The legacy version will be gone, and you will be able to create only basically this whole area will be gone. Regarding the site clear function, let me show you here the clear hidden features.
Just while you bring that up, Alex, I think the confusion there with the hidden features with Aaron was that I think he was expecting them to use that site after, that trial site after clearing the features that you'd then go on to use that site. But as I understand it, that's just for calculating the price. It's just like you're just creating a trial to see what the new pricing is, and you'd still go back to the original.
Yeah. Do you need, is that clear enough, Aaron?
And I'll just address a question from Peter there. I think they kept saying that, is it possible for the calculator to tell us if our sites fit within the limits of, I think when we're looking at the grandfathering.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Let me make a note on this one.
I think for the most part it does, doesn't it? It shows you the items used and for both contacts and items, I believe.
It tells you how many content items you're using.
But not the contacts, is that right?
I haven't exceeded that.
Yeah, so basically, if we take this website, for example, and we go to new pricing tab, if you don't have any hidden features, you're just going to see the price, right? Just like this. But I think I have this one that has hidden features, and yeah, so it gives me this message. So these are basically what I did. This website was created on e-commerce plan and now downgraded to essential plan because this website doesn't use anything from e-commerce. Now when I go to new pricing and click calculate, it shows me those features that are not used in the essential plan but has arrived from the e-commerce plan. Yeah, Peta, thank you. So once again, a large portion of websites, according to our statistics, will remain on within these limits, like very large portion of sites. And I really like the idea of adding like a warning or like a message or filter to the past pricing calculator that's saying that you're on the old price. But like with Peter's case, it would make sense to show that you're not that far away from the old pricing. Yeah, let us think about that.
The other thing is your old pricing says up to 2,000 content items, and the calculator says for the version 7 that you've got 2,500 included.
Mhm.
So I'd have thought there'd have been a correspondence there, and that the included would have only been 2,000 in that version 7. So there's a bonus there.
I didn't get the part about bonus.
Well, the ones to stay on version 6 can only have up to 2,000 items.
Mhm.
However, if you have more than 2,500 items in version 7 pricing, that's when you start to get charged for extra assets.
Well, the new pricing is based on mostly we designed it based on the competition.
Right.
The existing sites policy, we based it on the infrastructure consumption. So
Okay.
we calculate them separately.
Now, is there anywhere, say, where you have extra content items, is it always going to be $5 a month if you go over that 2,500, or is there some point where it would go to $10 a month? Is it spelt out what the limits are that are going to trigger higher prices?
Well, as I mentioned in the original presentation, we are building a hybrid between the plans and pay-per-use model. So you can always start with a plan, but in order, if you have certain, like if you have more items, you don't have to jump all the way to the new plan for the more items. You can just purchase them separately. And that's why we did this customization button where you can go, well, 10,000, up to 10,000, and you will, if you have more than 10,000 items, we'll have a custom price for you based on your implementation.
Right. Okay.
If you guys find any inconsistencies, and we tried our best to change the new, to test the new pricing calculator, but if you find any inconsistency with this, please let us know. With the new page, please let us know. Maybe if there's some things missed. I do have other things to discuss. So we do have from your document that you guys compiled with Adam. I think we went through all of them except this one that I wanted to discuss. So let me pull the team's notes. So the first note on this GDPR privacy thing, and I think it was coming from you, Tim, right? And you gave us examples from other platforms. So with the API, with the version 7, you'll be able to delete basically everything that's related to CRM, and not only CRM. So this should definitely help in that regard, in that case. Also, I do have a note regarding the filter that you suggested for the CRM and custom reports. That's a good idea. It doesn't look like it would require.
I think the idea is that we can actually delete the items in the custom report. So the custom report is already filtering, but we can't delete the results. So that would already solve lots of problems. And the other thing is that what also could save server capacity is just that some records don't need to be created. Like for instance, if you run a shop and you collect orders and you have users checking in to submit orders, you create 2 or 3 cases in form submissions, which are not needed, because everything for the client, the essential stuff is in orders and in contacts. So in contacts, they learn this client is has registered, and in orders, they get the orders, so they don't use form submissions. So if you could switch off certain case, registrations or creations, case registration creations in form submissions, we could save a lot of records, half. One client has basically roughly 10,000 orders and contacts collected, but over 17,000 form submissions, which are actually just sitting there, never been used. So that could add up on several sites. Just saying.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, right now, as I understand, again, I'm not a super developer. You can do all these things through APIs, like through cron jobs or something like that, with a version 7, right?
It's much easier to not even create a record than let it be created and then having to run.
Yeah. I'm just saying. In the meanwhile, for the GDPR related concerns,
The GDPR stuff we can solve with the API. That's okay. I think that works for those clients who don't want to pay to implement the API, because this is just this is cost. You have to program that. You have to make an interface. You have to develop the logic. For those clients, the reports could work. How much are the reports? $10? That's kind of unfortunate that for that purpose they have to book another subscription for something. It's hard to explain to clients, if you want to delete, you need to delete stuff, but in order to do this in a structured way, like demanded by the GDPR, you need to book another extension for $10 per month. That's hard to explain. So it's like we're sitting between chairs here. Any solution has kind of a bad taste to it. Ideally, in terms of client relations, it would be better if we could offer them something smooth and something easy. They don't have to think about so much in terms of another extension, monthly price, or one-off pricing, because we have to program the API and all of this.
okay.
Alex, I think there's been some good points made. Look, I like others, have a goal of let's get to where you want to get to, because I think we're all in agreement about where it needs to go and what the value of the platform is and so on. But I think the issue here is not the destination, it's the journey, how we get there. From my perspective, if I can go out to my clients and say, prices are going up, and here's your options. Option 1, don't pay more, stay as you are on version 6. Here's the price, or here's the price plus some add-ons that you'll need. Option 2, we move forward to version 7. Here's the price, here's the value, and the value moving forward to justify that extra cost. And 3, here's your alternatives, other platforms. This is what it would cost you to do the same feature set on another platform. If I can show a client that, doesn't matter what the numbers are. If those are the numbers, it'll work. They'll be in. They effectively got 2 decisions to make. So okay, that's the market value. Do I move forward to it, or do I stay and on the prior feature set? So the thing that I'm hoping to find more than anything is that story. What are the resources? How do we justify this to the clients? How do we show that information? How can we bring them forward to understanding what the benefits are in version 7 and why they should go that way. So at the moment, I'm still yet to get clarity on pricing. Even a number of my sites, the ones that are consequential, don't even show a price. It just comes up saying contact support. So I don't know the price. I don't know the process. I don't know what to say to the clients. So that's the thing I need answers on more than anything. If we can find a way to articulate what's happening and justify why those prices are what they are, the rest is easy.
Gotcha. Well, there are certain things that appear in the new pricing that is not available in the old, like, for example, the backup. Right now, it's a beta extension. You paid for it on BC, and we didn't charge anything for it. So if the client doesn't use that, you can. This is one of the advantages. I need to think what others would be. But in order to spice that story, so as I understand, the rebranding would help, which is in a very active phase, and we do have a little challenge that changed a couple illustrators and designers. I just don't like the design of the homepage yet, so we have most of the pages done, and it's really prioritized right now to roll out and plus we had to take resources for the new pricing calculator, but we hope to roll it out until within the next six to 7 weeks.
Can I jump in here quickly with the rebranding?
Sure.
You say it's helping. It's actually not helping. It's a challenge. I understand that you do this and you put lots of resources in that, and that's totally okay and appreciated. And it's good. I had my own journey with understanding what you're doing, but rebranding is fine. But it's a challenge. I tell you why. The clients we migrated from BC, we had to sell them a new platform. We sold them Treepl. We sold them that brand, Treepl. Now, there's two things happening at the same time. New prices, new brand. And that's the challenge, because that looks from some clients like, okay, there's two big changes at the same time. So what's happening? Is this another, it's the opposite of stability. If you keep the same name and then increase the prices slowly, that's stability. That's basically what clients want in this day and age, because so many things are disrupting. It's like disruption is the everywhere is disruption. So the name change, at least it's not supporting or it's not helping. Like for some might be bigger challenge than for others. It depends on how you sell the platform, but I would doubt that it's helping. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know what the other partners say to this, but helping, not really.
Well, it's different opinions from different partners, because for the most part, to be honest, I heard that it will help. So the whole rebranding story does help in their situation with their clients, but it can be different clients.
Yeah, I can add a little bit to that. Just it's sort of indifferent to me. I don't think my clients care what it's called. They just, want to know that I'm taking care of it and handling it. So I don't even know that half my clients know the Treepl name. So I don't think it'll just be a little bit indifferent. But again, it just depends on how you sell it. So I can understand both sides.
I have a question regarding the Indies challenge. How about the on-site editor, the new one? So we get really positive feedback from the end clients that editing the site with the on-site editor does, bring value to them of the platform. So this one comes included with the new pricing, starting the $10 plan. So my understanding, this might help, could be a good selling point for the end customers. Like, hey, this is the new way with the new pricing. This is a new way for you to edit the website, not through the admin, but right on the. So what do you guys think about that?
I think it sounds good. I'm not sure that I've seen the new editor, so it'd be good to see that. But again, it's about articulating it. So is Treepl looking to provide anything in the way of marketing materials or sales story or pitch? I mean, look, it's like anything. That's how it's framed. And although there's some, the calculator has some value, I just want to know what the price is, and I want to know what the features are definitively and what the comparison is with other platforms, so I can articulate it in a document. So anything that you guys can do that's going to assist that process, we really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the new pricing page is live now too. So that's obviously going to be a huge help. So we have a pricing page we can actually interact with and get the correct pricing there, Andy. So that's one piece of the puzzle that you're talking about, I think, as well. Just to add that.
Suggestion: do we we have it as a hidden page, and we're not sure. So we were planning to add this, replace this page with the new pricing, and make it public. Would that, guys, benefit you, or would it be, and it might have this hidden, or it would be more, or would not solve any problems for you?
I mean, personally, I would prefer it to be hidden, but that creates an issue with all the resellers not knowing it's there. So that's the.
I just need to know what the pricing is. I've not seen that new pricing page. I mean, if you keep it hidden, it's fine. Just email it to me. And then
we'll have an email blast with all the final pricing and the new pricing page. Right now, it's in the. Oh, I don't have the. Is messaging and commenting areas empty right now? The chat is empty right now. It's empty for me because I probably left and come back.
Yeah, no, there's still chat there. So I'm not sure why you can't see that.
Because I disconnected accidentally.
Just see if I turn it off.
I'm going to try something. No promises here, but I'll try it. I'm going to set up a AI chatbot that will be trained on different platforms' pricing, and then consult the AI as to say, hey, okay, it's got this many forms, it's got this many CRM contacts, literally to specify what the website is, and get the AI to compare the pricing for Webflow versus WordPress versus whatever the site might happen to be. I'll give it a go. Don't know if it's going to be valuable, but I'll give it a go.
Yeah, that would be super cool, Andy. I think the issue there is that, like with most of these platforms, including Treepl, you can read the specs, but there's more intricacies that go into platforms when you actually dig in and use them. So it's really hard to compare it like that. But yeah, that would definitely be a good starting point. So Alex, there's perhaps 3 questions you might not be able to see.
Would you mind if I finish just have a couple more slides and then we come back to you? Andy, if you have any ideas, materials that we could produce for you and for the other partners to help you pitch the new pricing, let us know in Slack and in general chat. We're totally open to that. So version 7 plus. So what's next? What we're going to build next? Of course, we're going to the new pricing model. We will build it on Stripe, and there are some really, really cool features on really cool opportunities that PayPal simply doesn't have. But within that, we're also working on the new features, and we're going to move into 2 directions. The first direction for the development part, is the public backlog. For the second direction, maybe you guys want to guess? What will be our second direction where we will heavily invest in terms of development? Any guesses?
AI.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's the thing that we have been digging heavily, and luckily we were cooperating with a firm that's using AI for enterprises, but seen some cases. Right now, we are in a stage where we are integrating AI solutions into our workflow. So basically, increasing the efficiency of our team on every level. And I'm like in really, it's almost maniac mode about this whole thing, and we've been really, so we're having 7-8 different directions where we're try to integrate AI, and also we started so with the same team that we did the pricing research. With the same team, we now are doing the research on AI usage and AI instruments with competitors that competitors already have available, and any platform, any product that is website building, web related product that is utilizing AI efficiently. So on Friday, we're gonna see the first demo with the first actual deep dive experience from our team. We'll have part of our team presenting to the entire team what is possible, and based on that, our next step would be to integrate AI within our platform, creating services and instruments for the partners in the community. I only know that, it's going to be fun and challenging, and you probably have seen all the news from the last month and how things ramp up and how things go. We do see a lot of potential. Especially with the open API available now, and we try to make it extensive as possible and give it that headless CMS range of capabilities. So our next several months, we will be spending in defining what will be the areas for us to apply AI in our platform the most efficient ways. So we're open for the conversation. So we will be on the research mode for another 2-3 weeks for sure, maybe a month, before we will be doing some concepts and starting integrating things. So yeah, it's that whole area is both scary and exciting. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I think this is everything that I had today. Yeah, it's the last frame. Let me go back to questions. I don't see previous questions, Adam.
Okay, I think there's just one to be addressed from Peter. She's just asking about legacy plans. So if a site did reach the limits on legacy plans, how would that then be handled? Is there notifications, or does it just get blocked?
That's a good one. So you won't be able to create new records, new items, but we will do the graph. You will have in the dashboard, you will see the number of limits, the number of usage metrics, and the notification is must have. I think Violetta has it in her list, but I'll just in case I'll add it. Okay, do we have any other questions? The AI will be ready just in time for AI to take over all our jobs. Yeah, that's Well, I really like that philosophy that AI makes people way more efficient. So that's why we decided to test it on ourselves and to amplify every department and every job we have with an AI. And the team is struggling. There's this a little denial from and resistance from some, but we're getting there. It's a process, and we hope with that experience we could bring the same philosophy and bring the tools that will amplify and make your working with our platform way more efficient.
Alex, with version 7, what's planned to have the quality control a bit better? Because what we've been facing in the past, a lot of new launches, version launches, and often things were breaking. Are there any things we also can promise our clients that if they change to version 7, that's been addressed?
Well, we have discussed this item in the document that you have sent. And as I understand, you're referring to incident that happened 2 years ago?
No, there's just was another incident before Christmas where PDF files couldn't download it anymore. It took like a month or so to fix. It's not only one. It seems to be happening quite a bit.
Well, I don't remember that case. If you could send me that, I could look.
Yeah, I can.
But we did look, to be honest, we did look on the bugs, complaints, and instabilities within other platforms and how other platforms perform, how people complain about bugs and all that in forums and stuff. We did figure out that we're doing quite well within the industry. With that said, since that last incident that we had, we didn't have any major problems and flaws within the infrastructure, within the stability, and the platform performs really great. We did have some little hiccups, some server overload this night. So if you've seen the status, and it was caused by I think some website consuming way too much. Let me get to the report so I don't. No, it wasn't caused by the website. No, it was caused by different things. But again, if you saw any major issues, let me know. But I didn't. From what we see from the numbers, the on-time server, the server being on online, and the amount of outages, it's been great. You work with other platforms. What is your experience with other platforms compared to our?
Look, I'm obviously we have a 50-50 split there from clients probably being on Treepl and the rest on other platforms, but I'm getting a lot of notifications from clients like the PDF files when we lost the clients with the quote form or with the quote form. So there have been a couple more incidences, especially at the start, but I get that. But clients that just keep, and there was an outage yesterday. I got a message from the same clients who complained about the PDF files not being, and probably the other thing, because the PDF file is a larger size PDF files before Christmas, such things I would like to see communicated to all the partners, because partners might not be aware of it. Yeah? So it would be good to keep the communication up a little bit as well. Same with what happened. I'm referring back to the quote form. It would be good to just get this out to all the partners immediately so we can deal with it. Yeah.
Could you send me that one? Because I'm pretty.
I will send it to you, Alex.
Yeah. I'm pretty.
And again, it's not a criticism. I'm trying to help here. I'm trying to, because it would be really helpful for me if someone finds a bug. I get a notification and can address my client. Because I get the quote form was a big one. Yeah. Also the PDF file. I think a lot of people have larger PDF files to download, the press releases or what support. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get it. I appreciate it. So.
And again, I just try to make everything better. Not. Yeah.
Thank you.
Help everyone here.
Has the SSL issue on launch been fixed? Okay, I don't know. I don't have answer to that one, so I'll take a note of this and get back to you. SSL issue. Any other questions?
Yes, Alex, on the new pricing plan, you have a customized tab for starter and business, but not for pro. The customize allows you to look at what it would cost to add 1,000 items, 2,500 items. When you add 2,500 items, it goes to $30 a month on the business plan. But if you add 5,000 items, it goes to $200 a month. It shows $0 as the extra cost. So I suspect there may be a bug there.
Yeah, it's a typo.
And it also does the same for 10,000 items. It doesn't increase.
Yeah, that's a typo. We'll fix that before we do the final size.
Yep.
Email blast.
But it would be very interesting to see, okay, here's the current site that is going to exceed the 6.1 pricing. What would be the cost of all the add-ons to continue to run that at that 6.1 model? I mean, I've got one site where the site's locked because it is using extra storage and there has to be a payment made for additional storage at the moment. The system usage tab doesn't work on the admin page on the portal. So I've got to tick it in to find out how much extra it's going to be. So things like that, knowing how much each individual bit that's in excess would cost, would help.
Okay.
Also, how would it work if we have an annual plan, for example, and then we update a feature or remove a feature? How will this be reflected in the invoicing?
Yeah, that's the you mean in the new pricing?
Yeah.
That will be recalculated. That's why we gotta use Stripe.
Yeah.
So basically,
So then we pay, or then we get a refund if we remove, or what? Because everything's
gonna be
annual.
it's either going to be a refund or like a balance that you can
Yeah.
use for future things. But
That's quite complicated if you remove features 10 times a year and add them on.
Well, the thing is that you will decide if you want to use all the flexibility of the plans. Because from the initial feedback the impression that we got from competitors' users and from our users, it's really hard to sell one feature. If it's really hard to sell 10 features to the client that only needs one feature, meaning that when you're selling it, you know, the plan upgrade, you can keep that in your model. You can still upgrade people from plan to plan, but use the customized feature with us. So it's just extra layer of flexibility that you can avoid if you want to.
It seems a bit easier now than the secure sounds are back in, and so a month ago, so it was all a bit more complex.
Yeah, and advanced CRM.
Yeah.
Heavily used features in our platform. So to stay on 611 com 991, do we just do nothing? Yes, you do nothing. You don't have to do anything. Is there a solution launch? I'll made a note of that. Email. I got your email. Thank you, Eric. Okay, any other final questions, comments?
Just quickly, Alex, with the lead up to version 7 or with the rollout of version 7, is there plans to have more of like the metrics showing, so showing usage and server usage and all that sort of stuff. So we can make those sort of more those decisions based on cost.
What do you mean in the version 7
So,
in the dashboard?
Yeah, and like in the portal, there's the usage tab, just so we can see usage base, because pricing is now more usage based. What sort of tools will we have to be able to visualize that a bit better?
That's a good point. It's not going to be in 7. We're going to make OpenAI just available for everyone. We're not going to limit it for now. We want to, there will be, like, if you look at the competitors, the API is limited by the API calls per plan. And so we're working on creating those caps based on the so tying them to plans, connecting them to plans, and we also look at the headless and enterprise solutions, how they price it. So there will be, certain amount of API calls available per plan, and you can purchase more. Probably the same thing we do have for the items, but there will be significant. There will be significant number. Regarding your request on user statistic, I think it would be a good idea if we will add like a patch in one of the upcoming releases before the new pricing rolls out. Any other questions? Alex, what platform is Treepl Ultimate trying to be like? We're trying to be the very best platform for our target audience. We try to be the truly no limits platform for the agencies. So if we go back to our graph right here, where we were working on our graph on our market positioning for our partners, for our agents, for our target audience, we want to be right here. So you could build any complexity websites, from the very small to the more complex. Oh, by the way, we will be presenting. We have a project that we're working on. Probably the biggest project on the platform, probably, or second one. And we're working on something very new that we will probably ask Adam to present and show things that were not previously possible on the platform. And it's done. We're just waiting for other party confirmation so we could roll it out, and we'll show it to you. So yeah. Will membership unpaid be available for start plan 2? No, memberships will only be available for the business and the pro plan. Won't be able to customize it. By the way, it will be, back to your question, Jack. It will be interesting how AI can help us AI capabilities will help us to solve our challenge. So what we'll be able to, it's very interesting. I'm very curious what we will be able to offer to you by integrating the AI into our platform. That's something that I really look forward to. Maybe there's some community project or community stuff, something that we can team up with the community and doing something together.
Alex, can I ask about what your goals are with the public backlog? Because like at the moment, obviously we've got version 7 coming, which is a huge change. We've got API coming, which is huge. You're talking about API, AI, and you've mentioned now another project that you're coming up with. So where does existing bugs and existing enhancements fit into all that? Because it seems like there wouldn't be much room left. So I think the backlog's still quite important.
The backlog remains important. We're not going to take all the resources to just for the AI. We definitely gonna for in this first month we will be exploring and doing concepts and have limited resources working on those concepts, but we will remain prioritizing public backlog AI. So this feature, we want to deliver this feature next after the pricing, after the new pricing. And the team is working way more efficiently. Before we fully integrated the Copilot, we develop on .NET, and you probably heard of Copilot, and it does bring the change, it makes the team more efficient. But we did increase the team recently. We have hired 2 more developers just for the backend team this year, and so things should get developed faster. So I hope we could do. I'm very optimistic about delivering this year, like in the next release after the pricing model. So this one will arrive with a pricing model. It's a plateau, Jack. Where unfortunately I won't be. I'm not gonna share the numbers. I'm gonna admit that it's a plateau. So that's why we started everything from the ground up, and the rebranding, the brand platform. Since we had our own market positioning, and our brand was all built around Business Catalyst. So we basically had to start from scratch. That's why we digged into this market analysis and research, and then rebranding, and the final one was the pricing to stabilize the consumption, the infrastructure consumption with the financial, with the sales. So yeah, that's where we are. And I understand that we do have to, and marketing campaign is actually ready. So May 30th will be the presentation from the marketing agency for our new brand and our new marketing campaign. So we're going to launch it right after we launch the new website. I will need your feedback on the clear hidden features part, whether we just make it ourselves or we add it to the live site. If you guys want to discuss it or post your feedback later into Slack, it's up to you.
I think from a calculation point of view, you have to add it to the live site sooner or later, even for your sake, because the site will need to calculate a price which the user pays. So sooner or later, it has to come on.
Well, that goes back to your concern about stability and any additional risks.
Yeah, I hear that, but at some stage it has to happen, because otherwise you never can calculate the site correctly, a live site. So we can't run away from the problem. The problem is just we're moving it further into the future.
Yeah,
that's true. At some point.
Okay.
Yes, if it comes with a very big warning, do this at your own risk, or unless you can build in some sort of reversal. If they remove the features and something breaks, they can revert back to a backup or something.
Yeah, but just give me the use case here. I now set up a demo slot to calculate the price. Yeah. Yeah, correct.
What is it? Can you repeat that?
I set up a demo site to calculate the price correctly. Yeah.
You mean you create a duplicate?
A duplicate, yeah.
Site,
yeah.
And then you
calculate
clear
the price.
Yeah, and
okay.
then you.
So what happens to the live site if I then move to version 7 and still the live site has those hidden features? How's the price going to be calculated then?
No. At some point, we're.
That's what I'm referring to. At some time, you have to remove those features.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, the price will never be calculated correctly. So that's why my head's not How are you going to address it?
We
The
definitely
risk will be in the future.
want to do that. We just wanted to get to understand whether we have to give you that permission to do that first. But I like Adam's comment. If we ability to reverse it, or
That's
give
just another risk we need to take, which is a bit unnecessary.
or big one. Okay. I guess let's. Any other questions? It's your last chance. And you can always email and post things in Slack. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, guys. Have you become a Florida partners? Florida Panthers. That's a good one. Not yet. My kid is into soccer, so it's this. I don't know, the Miami. I forgot the name. It's the pink t-shirts. Yeah.
All right. Looks
Thank
like
you,
that's
everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Good
Thanks
time.
for joining today. All right. Catch us all next time.
Goodbye.